Good morning, everyone. My name is Shambhavi Shukla from 2005 batch of Metallurgical Engineering in NIT Raipur. We are here to hear about the topic insurance, both home and auto insurance by Mukul ma'am. Let me introduce her first. Um, she's the flag bearer, I should say, our own alumna, who's the flag bearer of early women engineers in NIT Raipur. And she comes from 86 batch of chemical engineering. And she's a practicing professional with very vast experience in this industry. And ma'am is licensed in East Coast, Tri-State, and also Texas. She covers auto, home, umbrella, life insurance, pets, jewelry, boats, and recreational vehicles too. So I'll not waste much of the time. Over to you, Mukul ma'am.
Thank you, Shambhavi. I'm not flag bearer, but I will take it.
One of the flag bearers, definitely, only because of you, madam, have joined engineering. Women have joined engineering, I should say.
Yes, I would say yes. My batch was the first batch for PT who came in with 23 girls. So definitely, yeah, it was a big change. Anyway, I won't take too much time for everybody. So as Shambhavi said, I work for insurance company for last 10 years now. It was previously Liberty Mutual. Now they opened a new company named Comparion Insurance. On my slideshow, you will see the name Comparion, but we are part of Liberty Mutual. They made Comparion name because we are broker now for the Liberty Mutual. So we can explore so many carriers. It's not just the captive one company now. So without any further ado, I will start sharing my screen. If anybody has any questions, I won't be able to see you guys because I'm sharing the screen now. And if any questions, please, Shambhavi, you can tell me that.
Yes, so at the end of the whole talk, we'll have an open round of questions. Right now, we'll only listen to Mukul ma'am.
Thank you. So you guys can see this now?
Not yet.
Oh, not yet. Okay. All right. Let me know once you see it.
Yes.
Okay. So you see it says the Comparion Insurance Agency, our Liberty Mutual company.
Yes.
So that's my company name and that's my flow code. These are the things which I cover. So it's like small synopsis: auto, home, renters, condo, motorcycle, boats, recreational vehicles, pets, life insurance, and many more things. These are the carriers which I have. You can see so many carriers are there. One carrier all the way on the bottom under the umbrella, you see Haggerty. That's for the specialty vehicles. If you guys has the Ferrari vehicle or like older vehicle, like 1990s plus, so those vehicles get covered under a Haggerty insurance company.
Sorry, ma'am, I'll interrupt you here. We are not able to see this page, perhaps. I think you have to scroll to the second page. We were seeing the first page itself when you were telling about the vehicle.
Oh, okay. Hold on then, something.
Yeah, you have to go back actually. So
yeah, put it PPT mode here.
Can you see this now? First screen?
yes.
How about this screen now?
Yes.
No, okay.
Yes.
Now we can see.
Okay, so I think I had to click on the bottom of the presentation mode. That's why.
Yeah.
So you can see auto, home, renters, condo, all those kind of things, right?
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, perfect. Thank you. So I do all these different kind of insurance for last 10 years, including the life insurance. And I know like some people has a lot of discussions in this chat, I think last week, about the life insurance. So towards the end, I will just touch base upon that. And because life insurance is like really, really vast subject. And then anybody need more, they can just call me later on, or we can connect after the call. Okay. So these are my carriers. So anybody has older vehicles, which has really big values, like 1991, 96 vehicles, those all I can cover under the Haggerty. The Neptune is the flood insurance company. This Hartwell is the pet insurance company. So there are so many different kind of things which we can do. And that's why our name got changed. And this is my email address on the bottom too. So see, this is the things which we can do. Motorcycle, classic car, ATV, RV, UTV, golf cart, and many more on the screen. You can see that. One thing which I really want to point out for everybody's educational or knowledge point of view, umbrella policy is really, really very important, because if you get sued because of whatever the reason, any accidents or small, somebody got injured because of you, even it's a scratch, and they are doing the lawsuit against you, this umbrella policy covers you up to 1 million, 2 million, whatever policy you take it. And the premium is very, very small, and it covers entire family in United States, Mexico, and Canada. So it's really worth it to take it, because it's normally costs like $1 or $2 a day. Depends on how many people live in the house. If you have boys, then it costs about like $2 to $3 a day, but it's worth it to take this policy. We do the landlord policy also, long-term, short-term rentals, and all those kind of things. Vacant properties, general liability for businesses. If you are small business owners, I can do the general liability, workers' comp, and those kind of things. This is the umbrella policy which I was mentioning. Dog bites, defense costs, teen drivers, intoxicated party attendees. So if you have a party going on and you serve the liquor, and people who are drinking and they leave at the end of the day or end of the party and they get into the accident, you are liable for that, even though somebody is intoxicated. So you have to be very careful, and this umbrella policy will cover you if in case of anything happened to the other people who attended your property, attended your party. So that's why this is really important. And there are some other examples which you can see on the screen. Umbrella policy, these are like different examples. I'm not going to go in details because that's like really how umbrella policy works and all that. I don't think right now it's necessary. Flood policy is very important, especially in New Jersey now. I know people join from everywhere, but New Jersey people know when earthquake happened, many houses got shaken up with 4.8 earthquake, and in my neighborhood, actually 4 houses got completely burned down.
Mhm.
So they have really problem. And some houses got flooding also, because right after the earthquake, there was rain and water came in the house. So this flood policy covers anything happens in your house. And nowadays, wherever earthquake happens, especially I think like California, they get a lot of earthquakes. So they should be taking the earthquake policy, actually, endorsement on your home insurance policy. These are for the like who has small businesses, general liability, small business owners policy, and workers' compensation. We can cover that as well. So these are some questions which just like Q&A. I don't think you guys want to do that unless you want to do these questions. So tell me now, so I can just stop and just share each screen and ask you these questions. So basically, like, what does liability coverage pay for?
Mhm.
Anybody has any idea what it covers, pay for liability policy?
No idea. Maybe you can explain
Yeah,
better.
Okay.
yeah.
So the liability coverage basically is if you're damage to your car, if you cause crash, that also paid by the liability policy. Damage to other cars. So all of these things actually cover the cover under the liability policy actually. And your car is stolen, so you get the full price. So that's another good feature. Everybody has that. You guys should know what's your benefits are under your car insurance. So don't just put the claim. Sorry, 1 second. So main thing liability covers basically all covers, but main thing which it covers is damage to the property of the others or injury to the passengers in another car if you cause a crash. So on your declaration page, if you look at the car insurance after this call, you can see there it says bodily injury. So look for the coverage, what it is. In New Jersey, I know the basic state minimum is 25,000 per person, 50,000 per accident. And that's called bodily injury. And then there is uninsured, underinsured motorists too. So hit and run, or somebody do not have insurance at all, and they hit your car. So that goes under uninsured, underinsured motorist coverages. That time you are not at fault, the other person is at the fault. But if you are at the fault, then bodily injury is the coverage for any state, not only New Jersey, but any state. Bodily injury is the thing which covers other passengers who you are at fault and you hit them and they got hurt. If only their car got damaged, then your property damage covers their car. And if it is not enough, you have very low coverage, then lawsuit comes in the picture. Sometimes they do the lawsuit against you. So make sure like you have proper coverages. I know like sometimes to save the money, people make it very low coverages. So anytime you have any doubt, even though you're in a different state, you can reach out to me and share your declaration page so I can tell you what is the best coverage to cover yourself. So your assets, 401k, stocks, home, all those things will not be taken away from you in case of the lawsuit. So this was the second, C was the answer. That's where that shows there. See, damage to the other property. So next question was the collision coverage. What is the collision coverage pays for? So your car is stolen? No. Car vandalized? Yes. Car damage? Accidentally hit the car? Yes. All of the above? Yes. So basically everything is covered under collision coverage. Then what are the discounts you have? There are so many. These are just some examples of the discounts, but there are a lot of discounts, which if you are doing them, I know most of the people nowadays try to do the online codes and get the online coverages and say, hey, I got the very good coverage. In New Jersey, I know Lemonade is becoming very popular because that is only online. But then you don't know what other discounts are available there because it's not disclosed there. So it's always good idea to go with the A-rated company, and where it's not 1-800 number, it's an agent involved in that who is particularly assigned to you, not just any agent is there. So that helps you too, to get all these discounts and get the best coverage as well. And who explain you, not just doing the transactional. So that's another my favorite thing that, hey, explain. I don't care. All my coworkers, they explain everything. They don't care about if you buy from them or not, because rate is the primary factor for everybody. If rate is good, of course you will take it. Sometimes rate is a little bit higher, but you understood everything what you should have and what you don't needed. And that explanation, you like the agent and you take policy from that person too. So that also a big factor in that. So all of these above discounts are available there, plus the school discounts are available as well. Military discount is not listed here, but somebody veteran or in your family, your kids, they are veteran or they are in Army, Navy, Air Force, you can get the discount also. And that's a huge discount. So you don't have to go USAA, you can still get the discounts. So for the home, what is the dwelling coverage? Dwelling coverage is basically how your size of the house lot is, not the backyard or front yard where your garden and the trees and everything is. Dwelling is exclusively just your house lot, where your house is built. And that's the thing which we cover under the home insurance. So that is also very important. Sometimes people say, hey, I bought the house only for $250,000. Why my dwelling coverage is higher? The reason your dwelling coverage is higher because what it costs to rebuild the house. Some people has older houses and beautiful houses, and for whatever the reason, house get damaged and you have to rebuild the whole house. Maybe it is because of the fire or flooding. The cost of the same or similar material will be a lot higher than how much you purchase the house for. Plus removing the debris and everything is also included in that. That's why dwelling price is always higher than what your purchase price is for the home. What is the personal property? So in layman word, we always say, if you do your house upside down, anything which comes out of that house or falls down, that's considered as personal property. Make sense? For the personal property? Yeah. Or anything which you put on your truck, that's also considered as personal property. Of course, a lot of things like gas stove, refrigerator, washer, dryer, you don't take that, but that is also your personal property. And that goes under this one. So if anything get damaged because of the fire, theft, flooding, all those things cover under your home insurance. So this is also important. Normally 75% of your dwelling price is the personal property, even though your actual items in your house doesn't cost that much, but it includes your cabinets, the countertops and all those kind of things as well. So that's why personal property always considered as 75% of your dwelling coverage. Liability coverage protect against what kind of injury on your property. So only if, so you guys are visiting to my house, I have party in my house or whatever reason you're visiting and you get injured. So then that medical pay in the property is considered as the injury to the others. And that's get covered under the personal liability. Your personal liability is up to 300,000. But the liability, whenever liability words used, that is under the lawsuits. So anybody do the lawsuit against you, then it goes under liability. If somebody just like trip and their feet got hurt, their ankle got hurt or broken feet, then that goes under medical payment and that will be covered under medical payment only. Because they're your friends, they don't want to cause you problem and they are not doing the lawsuit against you. If they are doing lawsuit against you, that means your friendship is already broken. So, and then what should you consider under the umbrella policy? So all these things are considered under the umbrella policy. Trampoline is a lot of time no. If you have trampoline, many insurance carriers, they don't cover you. If you have pool, you have to have a gate and it is locked. If you have diving board by the pool, sometimes insurance carrier doesn't like that because it's more risky, so they decline you also. So then very few carriers, they take you and they're very expensive as well. If you're a pet owner, definitely you should have the umbrella policy because one of my client has this issue. The FedEx guy came and he said, "Oh, can I pet your dog?" And owner said, "Yeah, fine. My dog is friendly, no worries." And then later on, the owner found out that that FedEx guy did the lawsuit that dog jumped on him and just like with the lovingly he jumped on him, but because of his nails, he got some scratches and they did the lawsuit. And people can do any kind of lawsuit for any reason. So if you have a pet, please take the umbrella policy. Of course, there are certain limitations what you need to have. That's the limits. If you have, then you can have the umbrella policy. Normally, it is flat 300,000 coverage for the car or 250, 500,000 coverage for the car. Then only you qualify for having the umbrella policy. Umbrella policy goes hand in hand with the auto, but it covers your home also, or vacation home, or you're going on vacation. Everything is covered under umbrella policy. So all of the above was the answer. Then so I'm going to stop sharing because that's all I did my slides. Give me 1 second. Stop sharing. Okay. So this is like quickly, I did some small presentation for you guys. That way, get the idea what is the car insurance, home insurance is. Now, some things which I wanted to explain you because I was reading all the talks. I was reading all the messages in the system. So 2 days ago, I don't remember who did that for the Fulton County. 5 kids were in the car and 2 kids died and third one was you have to take the support out, the father, and that was a very sad situation. So I'm 100% positive that every state has the rule that when your kid has the probational driver's license, not the permit, probational driver's license, which lasts up to the age of 21, you are allowed to have only 1 passenger in your car. So if your kid is going out, taking the car, just ask them question that how many people will be in your car. Nothing wrong in asking that question to your child. And they should not be taking more than one person in the car because legally they are not allowed to have more than 1 person until they get the permanent license, which is the horizontal license. If they have vertical license, means they have probationary license. So they cannot have more than 1 person in the car. They have the curfew also. After 12, they cannot be outside. They get the ticket and they get the points. So ask your child that what's your where are you going, or you are going in somebody else's car, how many kids will be in that car? Are they going to wear the seat belt? Those are the educational thing. All of you should have conversation with your kids because that's very important. Give me 1 second, okay? Sorry. Oh, sorry. You can share like locations. Have your kids share their locations also. That way, you know what's going on, where they are going, and all those kind of things. I believe somebody has some questions. Is it? Oh no, not yet. Okay.
We have questions, ma'am, but let's not disturb you in between, and maybe at the end we can go to them one by one and ask you all the questions at a time.
Okay, sure. That's perfect. Yeah. When your child is young, like not driving, it's good idea to have the life insurance for them. People think like, why life insurance for the child when they don't have any assets and all? The life insurance is good in the sense because it's cheaper when they're young. And if something happened like what just now happened with those kids, that life insurance kicks in. That way you can, when you are grieving, still you have a lot other responses for your child, you can cover those things too. The life insurance is tax-free, so it's a good idea to have that. And there are so many other life insurance kind. Term life insurance is not for the children. Only whole life and universal life is for the children. And sometimes what happens is when children are young, they don't have any diseases or any problems. But as they grow, they do a lot of activities, sports or hiking, and they get injured. And depending on what kind of injury they have, they are uninsurable sometimes after that injury. Or I can give you some example, like some kids like to do the skydiving, bungee jumping, hiking, or going to the Everest. And then those kids are not eligible for certain years to get the life insurance because it's considered as they are risky people, risky kids. And you don't know what your child is small, very shy right now, maybe, but when they grow, they can do a lot of things. They want to do a lot of things. So life insurance is really, really important, not only for children, for you also, because think this way, are you replaceable in your family? If you're not there, how your family is going to survive? What do you think about that? So that's very important. And calculate normally what you make money, 10 times of your money, that much, at least that much your life insurance should be. So that's like easy way to calculate. So if I'm saying, I know Yogesh, so I'm just going to pick on Yogesh. Yogesh, if I tell you, like, give me all your salary, 1 year worth of salary, and I will give $1 million life insurance policy, will you take it? Definitely, that is a lot more than what you make, and that will help your family. So your answer most probably will be yes. Most of the time people say, I have life insurance from my work. That's considered as group life insurance. That's not portable. You cannot take that once you leave the company. So good idea to have the life insurance outside the company, which is called like private life insurance. That way, when something happens to you or your loved ones, you get paid, the beneficiary get paid within 10 days of after your death. But the company, so like what company I'm working or any people who works for companies, corporation, that money takes at least 5 to 6 months to get paid for your beneficiaries. And that 5 to 6 months, how your people are going to survive without much savings in case if there is some those kind of issues. A lot of time I have conversation with a lot of New Jerseyans who I know because I'm in New Jersey as well. And we talk about that, like fund me account. A couple years ago, we have fund me account for one of our alumni because he took his son, 3-year-old son, for the swimming and both drowned. So that was like really, really sad. And our NIT alumni was only 32-year-old. So you can imagine like how his wife must be feeling. Somebody else also from our New Jersey, they reach out to me because they knew like I do life insurance. So they reach out to me and asking for one of their coworker. So basically that coworker has some mental issue, mental health problem. So he quit the job. First he was on disability, then he quit the job. He was the one who was taking care of all the finances. So his wife has no idea if he's paying everything on time or not. and he wasn't paying, and then he died actually. And when wife looked for the life insurance, because she knew he has a life insurance, he hasn't paid for 6 months for the life insurance. His life insurance was done. There was no life insurance for the wife. So behind him, he has only 2 kids. I don't remember exactly age, but I believe it was 8 and 11-year-old kids. And no life insurance. Bills were not paid, so he was behind in the bills. And because of his health issues, all the money what they have saving, everything was gone. So she has no money left behind. It was very hard for them. And so that's another thing that I always tell everybody, that please get involved your spouse, and both should know everything. And when you have little bit older children who is like 18 plus, explain them everything, what it should be and how it should be. Put your will. Will is also very important. I don't do will, but I do life insurance. But I advise everybody to do that, because life insurance is a major part of our life. People say, oh, we came here with very small amount of money. We don't have anything inheritance, so our kids will survive the same way. It's not true. Don't do that to your children or your family or loved ones. Any car accidents are major reason for the death. So drive safely and make sure like you have the good coverages. Like I get some clients or students especially, like who come on their parents are paying everything, so which means they have a lot of money, and they drive the Mercedes, brand new Mercedes, and they have state minimum coverages. And when something happens to them, nothing get covered. So just make sure like you have good coverages and all that. I will stop right here because I know like there is a lot of questions regarding this. I can go on and give you different examples about everything, but that's not really like it goes by each person. So now you can start asking questions. That's fine.
Before we start the question section, please feel free, everybody, to unmute yourself before speaking. As I see in the queue of hands raised, Ajay Kapse sir, your question, please.
Yeah, thank you, Mukul ma'am. This was very helpful. I got to know a little bit about my son is now in 12th grade and he's going to drive soon. I mean, he's already started, and information about 5 kid on the car or coming back after 12, all those things I did not know. So that's right off the bat. I think I can start asking some questions to him. Uh, where can I get this information? Like, is it like available in public? Because I heard it for the first time.
About like 18-year and all those kind of, that's on your DMV. Which state are you in, Ajay?
Georgia.
Georgia. So you have the DMV booklet when people do the study, something like that. I think everything is online now, but you have to give the exam, right, to get the
Correct,
license.
correct.
So
Yeah,
in that
yeah,
license book, all that information is there. Plus,
sure,
these
sure.
kids has that one class in the school also that they get educated about that. So get involved, what they are studying, what they are doing in that room. They are on cell phone or on the computer, what they are doing. Are you doing this course? What did you learn? Can you explain what you learned? Because time to time, rules get changed. So if you are involved with your children, you will know. Become a friend of your child, not
Definitely,
strict
definitely.
father or strict mother. So that will help you more.
Definitely. And do you support Georgia by any chance, ma'am?
I don't, but I can get you somebody for that. I'm not
Okay.
licensed there, but I can
That,
get
that,
my license, or I can give you somebody who can explain all those things and get you the right coverages too.
right. So the reason I was asking is right now I bundle my home and auto. I just knew about those. I mean, all other things, as you said, right? People don't care too much. But so many news we keep hearing about kids, ourselves, people like die of heart attack and all that, right? So
Right.
friend circle, people come and ask about, do you have insurance? And I think they work for MLM companies, I think, right? They become member and then they ask other people to become member. So I wanted to understand more about that. How does it work? And
Mhm.
I'm a smoker myself, so life insurance cost was always high for me. So I wanted some answers about it. So I will not take much of my time. I don't want to hog the limelight.
No
And
worries at all. And you can reach out to me also one-on-one later. Just one thing I wanted to tell everybody, I don't check my WhatsApp that much. And you
okay,
all are in United States, so just text me. Texting's
sure,
better instead of
sure,
WhatsApp messaging.
sure. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.
SV sir, next.
Yeah, hi. This is Sudhir
Hi.
from 93 Chemical Batch.
Hi.
Thanks, ma'am. Yeah, hello. Um, there was a lot of information, so I grasped mm, most of it. I have two quick questions. One is like, in the event of any car accident, normally cops don't write a report
Correct.
unless it is like injuries involved. So, in that case, how do we convince our car insurance company that it is not our fault and they should not be hiking our premium?
So, which state are you in?
I'm in California.
California. California is a little bit different ballpark. At
Okay.
the spot, on the spot, police never write who is at the fault. Sometimes they tell if police is nice. Otherwise, they
Hmm.
don't. They say like come later or online. You have to go in this website and you
Okay.
can get the final report. Normally, report takes 3 to 5 days. Once you collect the report, it tells you who is at the fault. And then you can claim your insurance carrier. And I would say if you have an agent, which carrier you have right now? Which company?
I have through Costco actually. It's
Costco. So
Ameriprice.
that's probably okay. So always, if you have an agent, talk to agent that, hey, listen, this what happened. This is the damage on my car or other person's car. I was at fault or I was not at fault. You know, like who was at fault at that time, at least.
Mhm.
And then talk to them. Is it worth it to put the claim through? So last week, actually, not last week. This is Saturday. Right? Monday, somebody called me from our temple, and he was looking for. It's a priest and he was looking for the coverage for the home because he's getting
Mhm.
rejected and kicked out of his insurance carrier. And the reason was there was something little bit leak from the top roof, which
Uh,
cost him only $100, and he put the claim through.
mhm. Okay.
And we have Ida hurricane happen in
Mhm.
2021, so he has a water leak in basement, and he claimed for 5,000. So those two claims, that's it. If nowadays carriers are getting very strict, if you put small claims for no reason, couple of claims or more than one claim, they don't want you as a customer and they reject you at the renewal. So always
Oh,
good idea to talk to the agent before you put any claims. Officially,
sure.
we're not allowed to tell you what you
Mhm.
should do or what you should not, but indirectly we can tell you that think about it. Is it worth it? Your deductible is this much amount. Your deductible is 500 and your claim is 765. We are not going to pay 765. We are going to pay only difference of 765 and
250 or
500.
so. Yeah.
So do you really want to do that?
Okay.
So
Got it.
that way you will know what to do. And even though I'm not in your state, but all of you, at least, you're my college people, so you're my family. Any doubt? When in doubt, ask the question.
Sure. Definitely. Yeah.
Ask the
That will be a
question
lot of
doesn't
help.
cost you anything.
Hmm. Yeah.
So do that. And if I don't know, I will tell you or I will direct you what to do, where to go, who to ask.
Okay. Sure. All right. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Mukesh sir?
Yeah, thank you so much, Mukul ma'am. Thank you so much, Mukesh Sanger from Houston, Texas. And I wanted to understand a little bit international insurance policy. I am here in Houston. I drive a lot to Mexico, for vacations, and I have AXA right now. And sometimes I have to hire insurance in both countries because carrier services they give 100 numbers, right? And they are answering and they said, okay, you have to pay some quota, initial quota for $100, $200. If Mexican insurance, they give me the prime policy to cover in the US, but I have to pay them the quota. And the same happening when I'm hiring somebody in the US going to Mexico. If I need some help, they are asking for initial quota. So I would like to understand from your experience and some help. Yeah.
So I didn't understood quota means.
Initial coverage. Let's say,
Okay,
for
it's a basic
example,
coverage. Right.
yeah, basic coverage. They said, okay, you have the premier policy from the US, and if you need our services here in Mexico International, then you have to pay $100 or $85. Or Mexican insurance, they are also giving me insurance for Mexico, Canada, and US, and I'm in the US, and they are also telling me, you have to pay. But policy, they said everything is covered. Prime policy, everything is covered.
Mhm.
So how the international, right, when you are calling locally in the US, when you have the insurance policy here, it's easy to get the service.
It's easy to get the service, but I will highly recommend you if you are in different country, like Mexico you're talking about. We cover Mexico too, but it's better to, because you're renting the car, their car. Get their insurance, the rental car insurance, even though it is a little bit higher. Get, even in United States, get the rental car insurance if you are renting a car. So if I'm going to California, I'm not taking my car from here. I'm going to rent the car over there. If I take the rental car over there and I take their insurance, it's little pricey maybe, but it's worth it, because if you get into the accident, it doesn't go against you at all. That insurance will cover, and that considered under the business insurance.
Yeah.
So it will not show when you're shopping around in the United States or wherever you are in whatever the state you are. So it's a good idea to have that way, but it is covered under your primary care carrier in Canada and Canada and Mexico.
Okay. Thank you so much. Actually, ma'am, I have a 2-car, one from Mexico and one from US.
Oh, you have 2 locations and
Yeah,
2 cars.
car, right? I keep them with me when I'm traveling to Mexico. Then I drive the Mexican car because border is a little bit, so they understand that I'm the local guy, right?
Yeah, so keep 2 separate insurance. That's the best way to go for.
Okay, sure.
Okay.
Thank you so much.
Ajay sir?
If anybody has any other question, they can ask. I will come back again.
Okay, so I have a question, Mukul ma'am, about you mentioned if someone does skydiving or say bungee or any kind of these sports, they are not eligible to have personal life insurance, or which life insurance? And
So it's not like they're not eligible. Their rate will be higher, or maybe they're not eligible, and that is personal life insurance.
okay, and which other sport or such activities are included in that?
So it's not, these are the main, which is risky activities. And when you, so one of my financial advisor, he used to play soccer and he got hurt and he has to go through the surgery. So he was ineligible for that because of that major surgery for 3 years. So there is like everything goes case by case, or sometimes you get it, but it is very high rate. We call table rated. It's not like
Are
standard.
there any specific like lists of these activities
No.
which are
So
not?
I would say like fencing, kind of. Yes.
How about scuba?
Hmm?
How about scuba diving?
Scuba diving, risky too.
Oh, okay. And hiking, say if someone goes
All
to
those-
hike Grand Canyon, how about that?
Those are risky.
That is risky? Oh,
Yes.
okay.
So before going, and when you are applying, so I know like many people are nowadays getting the life insurance if they don't have earlier. So best thing is don't get the life insurance before you leave. And
Okay.
don't disclose that you are planning to go, or like in life insurance, there is a question that, are you planning to fly? If planning in the sense, do you have the ticket in your hand?
Okay, and
If
just
you
to
don't
make-
have, you're just like thinking, okay, I will go to Grand Canyon at some point this year. That's not like required to disclose it.
But typically, we don't disclose anything like that. Say, for example, if I'm going to Denver and if I'm going to do bungee, even we ourselves don't know that some point of time, if we are on a vacation, are we going to do that or not? And if
People
it
do that. People says that too,
Okay.
believe it or not.
And if at all, even if I do, I just want to understand how it works. How do insurance guys come to know that someone has done this unless someone
They would
declares?
not know. If you already had the life insurance, they would not
Yeah,
know.
they would not
But if you
know.
got hurt, then they would know.
Okay, I get that.
What about marriage, Mukul ma'am? Does it come under
Sumit
risky
sir.
sport?
Sumit, I was waiting for you, Sumit. What marriage? Tell me, like second marriage, third marriage? What you're talking about? Explain what your question is.
Ajay sir, if you are ready for the next question, otherwise Sumit sir will ask more questions.
Ask about the marriage question again.
So I had a question. I mean, there's a neighbor and he has a dog. He's a little bit aggressive.
Mhm.
He came and jumped at me one time. I did not have any scratch or anything, but you mentioned something about it that people kind of sue them, right? He
Mhm.
sues against the party, like the neighbor, or how does that work? Do you have any idea? Like,
When do you
do you
have
have-
to sue somebody? Let me know. We will
I,
talk offline about that.
Okay, I have never sued and I'm not planning to, but just asking.
Thank you. No, the scratch thing which I told you, actually, people are weird, and then it's not just like because he got the scratch, he can sue somebody. You had to
Mhm.
prove from the doctor and all those things too, that
Sure.
what was the harm was that, and was it like really worth it to do the lawsuit as well.
Correct, correct, correct. Okay, thank you.
Majid sir.
We cannot
Sir,
hear you.
not audible.
Hi, Mukul.
Hello.
I have two quick. One is regarding the flood insurance for the house.
Mhm.
So it's in New Jersey, I think, or maybe other states also. They have a certain areas where you can buy the flood insurance, and in most of the, I think, places you may not. So if it's not in flood insurance and then area, and if you want to, is that the Liberty or your insurance company or other insurance company will sell you? Of course, it will be
Yes.
expensive,
So,
right?
Majid sir, it's not expensive. Majid sir, where you are living. So for the flood, there are like different zones we call from the FEMA point of view. And it's called X zone, A zone, different zones, which is listed in your municipal place. But where you are specifically living, because I know where you live, you're living very close by, you can get the flood insurance at very cheaper price because you are not on A zone. A zone is the most risky zone where flooding always happens.
Okay, so they have already marked the zones across the United States, which are okay, and we are not coming into that zone.
You are
So
not, but recently everybody's taking flood insurance because
yeah,
of the IDA.
yeah,
Remember
and
2021, we have bad flooding all over.
yeah, I
Yeah.
know. So Ida and Sandy too. Now the other thing I have as a point is comment is that on the discounts that I found out is very good is on auto is you can get it today is by going to some certificate safety national safety program.
Mhm. So
They
it's
give you
called
10-15.
defensive driving course.
Yes, yes.
Defensive.
So
So for seniors, it's free. They
yes,
have in-person free in municipal buildings in different township. So you can go sit there, have nice lunch. They provide you lunch and all those things, sandwiches basically. And you can do the in-person course because a lot of people, they don't like going online, doing anything.
yeah,
They don't trust computers, senior citizens especially. So for them, that's a special one, free. They can do that. Or if you're good with the computer, you can do especially for seniors, AARP also conduct the courses. So you can do that. That's very minimal price, like a $10 or something like that. Or for others, if you do the defensive driving course, just go online and see whichever is cheaper. You can do that. That certificate is valid for 3 years. You get discount on your driving car insurance as well. And
yes,
if anybody get the points, get the ticket and you get the points, the defensive driving course waive your points. You have to just go in the DMV and show that you have done this course, and then they waive the points for you.
okay. All right. Thank you, Mukul. Thank you.
Thank you.
If we have any more questions or
Mukul man, on lighter note, why do they keep on increasing insurance every year on year? My car value is going down, but insurance is going up always.
So your car value is going down. So that means more chances. No, it's just, I'm joking, but I'm just saying car value goes down, understand, but some cars are like outdated or their parts are not easily available. So I
Oh,
recently got the recall. My car is not old. My car is 2021, but I got the recall, and it has been more than 6 months, and still they don't have the part to replace on my car. So the parts are very expensive, and it's not available. So to replace that, if something happens to your car, and to replace that part, it takes higher price than what actually when you purchase the car and the part price was there. Plus whatever especially 2020, from 2022 now, there are so many things happen in entire US. There are millions of names what happens in the, so there are so many losses in insurance industry. Got it? So that's why they raise prices. And every year, car insurance sometimes increases, sometimes don't. But home insurance, definitely every year it increases because of the inflation. Whatever the price for the material for the house, prices goes up, then your dwelling cost goes up. Dwelling cost goes up means your insurance goes up. Because if you had to do you purchase a house maybe like 2019, but now the price of the material which is used in the house is more expensive. So my neighbor did all the house, entire house flooring with Empire Today company for 7,500. Recently, I called them. They told me to change all the floors in the house and remove all the debris and everything. Cost me 15,000. So think like in 3 years, price went double.
Correct.
Anybody else? So I can tell you two more things about your house.
One
Go
question
ahead.
on home. So
Mhm.
if you are, doing some improvements in your house, right? So
Mhm.
when do you notify the insurance company? Is it after once the property taxes goes up and it goes in public record, or you should call them as soon as CO is done?
Depends on what kind of home improvement you are doing. If you are changing the entire roof, not the patch, entire roof, you get discount. So then after roof completed, you can send that invoice to your agent. First talk to the agent, they tell you where to send it, and you can get the discount for the roof. If you are changing entire house plumbing or electric wiring and all, not the partial again, entire, you get the discount for that as well. Or every time you do these kind of improvement.
Uh-huh.
Sorry?
If you're doing addition, right? If you're
Every
adding,
time when you do the improvements, you have to tell addition. Once you complete and you get COI, you can tell your carrier that you did this addition, so that your actual dwelling cost will be calculated in real world,
okay,
real time.
got it. Thank you.
Because if something happens and that addition is not included in that, and your house get demolished, they're not going to cover that portion.
Perfect. Yeah.
So couple things, you have the big trees in your backyard, which is bending, coming towards your house. Please cut it, trim it. Because entire tree, if it comes down on your roof, removal of the tree up to $500 only each insurance carrier covers. Rest of the money comes out of your pocket. So better take the precaution beforehand rather than sorry later. And neighbor's tree come down on your property, it's your responsibility. Their insurance is not going to cover. So if you see that, nicely tell your neighbor without fighting that, hey, please, can you cut that so it won't come on my roof? Simple. If you are living in a townhouse or condo, then you are not responsible. It's HOA's responsibility, but you need to tell them about that. That, hey, like right now in my neighborhood, I live in townhouse, so the trees are coming very close to my window. So I already informed them and send them the pictures, so that way they can come and cut the trees. So like branches, which is coming very close to my roof. I think Majid sir has some question.
Yeah, Mukul, I just remember one because I'm getting calls and also letters. It's American Waters. They are sending me a letter saying that I should have the pipe which goes.
It's not
What is
necessary to
that?
take
What is
that.
it's so confused? What is that? And that is about 30, 40.
It's a marketing. It's a marketing.
Yeah, that's what I thought. They want
On your own home insurance, there is a certain companies they offer you, Majid sir, about the pipeline, outside pipelines and all those things. You can just get that endorsement for $20, $30, and then you are good to go. You
no,
don't
it's
need
not
to get
only
that.
marketing. It's no. It's not only marketing. It's they are very shrewd.
yeah.
What happens, right?
Yep.
When your meter is inside your house,
Mhm,
right? So if there is any leak, because it happened with my friend, if there is any leakage happen
mhm,
in your property line,
mhm.
so there is a lot of water you are consuming,
Right.
but it's not reaching it to your meter, right?
Correct.
So that water is getting seeped into your
Foundation.
soil in your
Yeah.
property, in
Mhm,
your soil, whatever. But so water company will not know that there is more water coming to your house,
right.
So
Mhm,
one thing is that, and second, they are responsible for that pipe. Once they put the meter near the curb side, anything happening in your soil with that pipeline, meter will capture that extra water, right?
right.
So they can charge you. So this happened with my friend, and they've enforced him, to put the meter outside. I'm refusing it.
Okay.
And that's
So
expensive. That's not cheap thing. That's few.
Yeah.
no,
Yeah.
they are changing it and their cost, but same time now your responsibility is increasing to
Yeah.
maintain that pipeline, and any leakage happening, you are paying the extra water bill.
Mm.
Right. Yeah. So whenever you see your bill is going very high, then you can just like call them, say like something is wrong,
Yeah.
that's not happening, and they can check also for you, the American water, without the cost. It's their responsibility. They should not charge you for that.
And the last thing, Mukul, I think I'm not leaving you. The car rental insurance. This is so. What are you suggesting, that it is better to like enterprise a car? You go, and then it's better to get their insurance rather than some of our. They say we already have the insurance, like American Express or all others, cards and all those things.
Mhm.
They do have. What are you, I think you're suggesting that we should pick up their insurance, which is much better.
Yes, I did. I said that because it doesn't go against you. Then it goes, even though. So I can tell you, my husband was visiting Houston for one of the wedding, and at the cross light, he was stopped, and somebody just like cut through, hit his car, and he rented the car, of course, and he took the insurance from the renter prices. And that truck, like landscaping truck, they do not have any insurance.
Ooh.
But nothing went. Luckily, my husband was safe. Nothing happened to him. But that accident did not showed up under his license when they run the numbers in New Jersey insurance carriers. So it never
Oh,
shows up. That's why.
Okay. Thank you, Mukul.
Ajay, I think.
The last one from me, ma'am. What certificate or things needs to be done to do what you are doing? I'm like, I
What
know
I'm
lot.
doing, I
Yeah.
will charge you to tell you that secret.
No, ma'am, we are your family.
So, Ajay, I think like you have young teenager children also, right? Who will be
Correct.
driving and all. So I think you and I should talk separately. But
Sure.
just answer to your question in simple words is there is a school you need to do those certification courses. You have to pay for that, and then there is place you have to go in person and give that exam. And once you do the exam and you pass the certification, then you can either open your own brokerage or you can apply to any companies, and then you can become the insurance agent also.
Great. Thank you. I will touch base with you separately, ma'am. Thank you.
Okay. Any other questions? Anybody? I know Gajendra Pandey has a lot of questions, but he didn't say anything. See, here you go.
Ma'am, actually, I have a question, but I'm driving, so I thought maybe the background noise will be there.
You can call me
Yeah,
later,
actually,
Gajendra. That's okay.
yeah, no, ma'am. Actually, I have a question about this umbrella.
Uh-huh.
So last couple of years I started umbrella policy, and up until recently I had everything. Bundled up, all my car insurance, car, motorcycle, house, and umbrella, everything.
Mm-hmm.
But as you said, as I had mentioned that the price has started going up. My older car, which is like 16 years old, the insurance became almost twice compared to my other car, which is like 5 years or 4 or 5 years old. So
Mm-hmm.
I was like, what the heck is going on? So I got the same response from them. The parts are getting expensive and all. So I started shopping around, and then I changed my car and motorcycle insurance. But my house insurance and umbrella policy are still with the old insurance company.
Okay.
So what do you suggest? About the umbrella. That was my question. Shall I keep it with them, or
Until they tell you that we are not going to cover you, keep it there.
Okay.
Nothing to lose.
They did
Eventually, they will tell you we are not going to cover you.
Well, I told them, and then they did increase it by like $10 or something, which is nothing. I mean, still, I shopped around for umbrella policy, and still theirs are still cheaper than any other one. So,
Right.
so you are suggesting that I should stay with them until they kick me out, right?
Yeah, just keep it there. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
And when they
Thank you.
give you the notification that we are not going to cover you anymore because you are not with us for the car insurance, then you can shop around or combine with the other company with your car insurances.
Awesome. Thank you very much, ma'am. And regarding just one comment about the water bill. When I was in Georgia, it was city water, and 1 month my bill came out like 3 times or something, and I don't know why. So I just sent them a letter. Rather than paying it, I just asked them why this is so high. So they asked me to contest it in the court. And I said, yeah, I mean, I'm ready to contest it. And the issue never went to the court. They just reverted it back without doing anything.
They write it off, right?
Yeah, exactly. So whenever you see any abnormally high water bill, just ask question why it is so high.
That's right.
It's not only for water bill, even in some telecom bills,
gas,
and all those.
electric.
No,
everything,
don't pay any abnormal prices. Always contest it, and most of the time. Like one time it happened, I had T-Mobile connection, and my mother was so she dialed India number. She talked over 1 week. I got some $600 or $800 bill for international calls. I contested that. I never asked for ISD facility. Why did you give me? And they just wrote it off.
Right.
Oh, you're lucky.
So that,
Yeah. No, but never pay extra money, even for medical and all those.
Yeah.
Yeah, but T-Mobile
Always
ISD,
negotiate.
I think my wife accidentally dialed that. I mean, I have this Google Voice, so it's directly connected. So, I mean, technically it should take the call when you dial. So we directly dial Indian number. We don't do anything else. So I don't know what happened with her. It just didn't, this Google Voice didn't pick it up. So it went ISD, and she just kept talking. And well, at the end came out to be like $300 or $400 more. So we just called them, and then they just charged us like $50 or $30 something.
Yeah. Same thing with data roaming and all those. Sometimes they charge you for data roaming thousands of dollars. That just contest it. Don't pay. Don't pay. The first thing is always ask questions and contest it and delay it. Mukul ma'am, I have one question on this umbrella and maybe advice for others. So, when I was shopping for umbrella, this guy gave me a couple of years back, good quote, $250 or $300.
Right.
But, after that, my son turned, he got a driving license. And now these guys are asking almost 3 times or 4 times of it.
Yeah, that's normal. But Sumit, you are in New Jersey, so maybe you can send me declaration page later and we both can talk and see. Sometimes some carriers do the standalone umbrella policy also. So if that rate comes out better, I will let you know that also.
Yeah, but advice for others, if your son is teens and they are going to drive soon, if you're planning to take umbrella before they get the driving license.
Exactly.
Yeah.
No, but
then
even
the
though once they get the
license,
license, no, it doesn't. Once they get the license, still you have to add him on as a liability as well, like on your car insurance. So then automatically your umbrella goes up too.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, you have to declare. Yeah.
Because we are covering him, right? We are covering that additional person, him or her. One advice I can give you, all of you whose kids are on the permit now, and they will be like, they're 16, 17. I know kids want to drive when they go to high school, show off their car and everything. If possible, don't get them probationary license also. Keep them on permit only. So you have control over that. Because in first year of college, they're not going to take the car to the dorm in the college most of the time. So why you are like increasing your cash payments? Boys are very expensive, super expensive. One boy you add on, it will be somewhere between 2,000 to 3,000 raise in your insurance.
No biasing girls also, ma'am.
And girls are 1,500 roughly.
And red car, I heard red cars insurance.
No, color doesn't. It was a myth. Cars doesn't care. Color doesn't make any difference.
Really? I heard a lot of times, people.
No, it's a myth. People used to say that. We don't care what color you drive.
Oh, good.
Red color is like dangerous for you because police can point you out very fast and give you the tickets. But other than that, no. Tesla also, that's another thing. Tesla insurance is getting very expensive, 4,000-5,000 only for Tesla, regardless how good driver you are.
Wow.
Oh.
Because in winter, like charging or their battery goes down very fast. And then coverage is like a little tough sometimes. And in New Jersey, the NJ Turnpike, a couple of accidents happened. The tire came off from the Tesla when they were in a high speed.
Oh my God.
Yeah, so just be careful when you're getting the Tesla. It's not worth it. You're not saving any money, honestly. Because you're saving on gas, but you're paying on the other hand on the insurance.
And one more question. Sorry, Let's say if you want to save, like if you have multiple cars, and let's say if you want to save money, and if you're not driving one car, can you put that car on, like a standby mode or something? It's just
you can put as
sitting
garage
in the
only.
garage. Huh?
You can do as garage only.
Okay. Oh, thank you. And that is you can do for 1 month or 2 months, and then easy to freeze and
You can.
unfreeze, right?
Right,
Okay.
right.
Oh, that's good. Thank
Like
you.
people go to India or any different countries, mainly India, for 2-3
Uh-huh.
months in summer. You can just put all the cars into garage only because you're not going to drive it.
Oh,
Oh, we
that's
never
good.
knew that, Mukul
Thank
ma'am.
you.
We've been
Yeah.
wasting for so many years.
Yeah. No, that because one of my
But
friends
if you
did
have
and
only
then
one
it
car,
got me. Yeah.
sometimes they don't do it.
What
Uh-huh.
if it gets stolen, ma'am? And if you are
Sorry?
freezing, it's there in garage, but it gets stolen. Like, and if you don't have insurance,
No, but then
Oh.
there won't be any moving violation thing, right? The
Yeah,
collision will happen. Let's say roof
so
collapses, a tree collapses. That coverage
everything
will
is
be
covered
there.
when you do garage only.
Yeah.
Yeah,
There is a minimum you have to pay, Gajendra.
correct.
It's not like
It's
you're
not
it's a
zero.
zero. Yeah.
Yeah, it's
But
not
at
zero,
least,
but
yeah,
it's very minimal.
yeah,
Yeah.
at least moving ones, you will exempted. Whatever you can save,
yeah,
right?
yeah.
Yeah. Thank you. I'll do it. I never did it, but now I'll try.
It's like you suspend your phone for 2 months or something like that.
Mhm.
Not anymore, nobody do because everybody use cell phone only, but the landline people used to do that. Like suspend for 2 months because they are going away. So same kind.
Eugene, sir.
Mukul, one more.
Uh-huh.
Mukul, yeah.
Gajendra, we cannot hear you. You are breaking.
Mukesh sir is also breaking. We are not able to hear Mukesh sir. And Gajen sir, you were asking a question. If you can please repeat.
Yeah, can you hear me okay now?
Yes.
Can you hear me? Yeah, so
Yes.
my question, Mukul ma'am, was can I do add garage for motorcycle as well?
Yes.
Okay, awesome. Thank you. Very good.
That's it.
Ma'am, I wanted to ask you, as Sumit sir said that, if you get extra bill, my son, he used the mobile, AT&T mobile in India during our visit, and I had the auto paid, and they just passed $1,200, right? And this is a great thing to learn, and I couldn't do anything. So in that case, if you have auto paid, what to do, those
You have
kind
to
of,
call your carrier and tell them. You
Okay.
can stop that.
Okay, thank you. Thank you so much. This is a
I
great.
think Majid sir has some question. What is that?
Mukul, yeah, it just reminded me. So the claim when you put in either auto or home or any other insurance, because people are very quick to claim. So to make sure that it is worth, I know money is the unit that it is worth or not, but how should we get this claim validation, say, call it, which is worth going for? Because it is also future liabilities, right? If you claim something which is, so how should should we call our agent and find out whether we should? Of course, he will say no, right?
Agent will never say no. Agent will say the standard answer that I'm not the claim person. I'm not licensing claim. I cannot advise you legally.
Okay.
You can contact the claim. But unofficially, we can say that get the estimate first.
Okay.
Like how much it will cost you. Maybe it won't cost you what you're thinking. So then you can just do on your own.
So is there any statute of limitation days? Say accident happened or something happened. How long? Because it'll take time to
30
get the
days.
estimate.
30
20
days.
days.
30
days.
30. A month. Yeah.
From the event, it happened until 30 days. Within that time, you should. Okay.
Yeah.
So,
Because 5 days you don't get report anyway. So, I mean, 5 days is gone as it is. For
okay.
the police report for the car.
Okay. Now,
Yeah.
now also I heard that there are adjusters who have their own business rather than insurance company. You guys hired an adjuster who comes, does this, that's extra cost, right? What is that?
So our adjuster will come, you don't pay them, we pay them. But if you are not agree, you're disputing what your adjuster told you that this much we are going to pay and all, you can hire on your own cost the different private adjusters and they can tell you how to manipulate the system and get more money paid.
Okay.
That's other way to go also.
Okay. Okay.
They tell you
Mukul,
exact wordings actually, what word you should use. And for the claim, Ajay asked me this question about the insurance. So same thing on the same line. The claim people, they have different certification than what I do have. Their certification is totally different.
Okay, that's a specialty in insurance.
In claims only. In claims
Okay.
only.
Okay. Okay. All right. Okay. Thanks.
See, on this topic of overpaying an extra bill, I may sound cheap, but nowadays with this medical scam and cost of medicine, always negotiate. Always negotiate. My personal experience, 2-3 doctors, I asked them, okay, dermatologist, I asked them how much you'll charge me. He said with insurance 150. I said I'll pay you cash. How much? He said 80 upfront. Upfront $80.
Yeah, so that has been heard by guests when they come from India, and sometimes not every guest carries a good insurance if they land up in any kind of health troubles out here. So that's what I've heard here from people, that they go and pay by cash, and no matter what problem is there, the prices are so low. And when we compare it to what are we being charged with insurance, that is so different.
Totally different.
No, so even with my insurance, I have insurance, and I said I don't want to go through my insurance. I'll pay you upfront cash. They said okay.
So the price is different, exactly. For the car,
Very
also
different.
same thing. Yeah. So I think it's
very different.
115 almost, 111.
Yes.
How much time I have?
If you don't have many questions, Eraz, if you really have a question, otherwise, very quickly we'll just finish this if you have a serious question, and then we'll curb it out. Yeah.
I can ask Mukul ma'am privately because I joined late. Sorry.
Okay.
So
No problem. No problem. Yeah, no problem. Thank you so much, Mukul ma'am. On behalf of entire North America fraternity of alumni, I would like to thank you for your time, your patience, and for generously answering all kinds of questions from all of us, the ones which were very instant and not sent to you earlier. Thank you so much.
That's okay.
I will stop recording here, and
Thank
then
you.
Thank you, Mukul.